See, the truth is always contradictory. While on the one hand, you are unique and completely special. On the other, you are just a happening in billions and billions of happenings. There is existence of all kinds everywhere. Somewhere there is a rose blooming, somewhere a baby llama has been born, somewhere there's a bee buzzing, someone has created a beautiful painting, someone is reciting poetry, someone is playing some fabulous music, and a dictator thinks he can control everything in this world. Someone else has gone and caused a war, decimating others. Someone else is just spreading the word of love and God. All of these things happen at the same time. Then the problem is we all want to find something special about us, something unique and something special. What is my purpose in life? And if I tell you, you have no other purpose in life than to just be, you'll turn this off and you'll go to another motivational speaker. Someone who gives you, oh, you are special, you have a goal, you have a dream, you need to pursue it. You see, like I said the last time when we were talking, I don't know if it's last time or a couple of weeks ago, the electricity that flows into all appliances is exactly the same. 110 volts or 220 volts. And once that electricity flows, everything functions. This computer is functioning, the hairdryer functions, the TV functions, all appliances, your liquidizer, your Instapot, everything, the coffee maker, everything is working on the same electricity. And it's fine, until the hairdryer says, I want to be a TV. It wants to be the TV, it wants images and pictures. But what is the hardwiring in the hairdryer? Only to blow hot air, right? But it develops tremendous sadness because it wants to be a TV. It's trying so hard to be a TV. It's doing whatever it can to be a TV, but it's not happening. Now, what's the point of living as a hairdryer? I might as well burn out, be depressed and miserable and sad. But you blow beautiful hot air that dries everything around. You help so many women and men dry their hair, especially in cold countries. How important are you when someone gets caught in the rain and comes in shivering? Yet the only thing you can think of is, how can I be a TV? Does it make any sense? Are we even aware of what our unique talents and specialties are? A hairdryer can blow hot air and cold air. Maybe it's been blowing cold air all this while. Now it realizes it can blow hot air too. But that's as far as it's going to go. Whatever is in one's own true nature, or whatever is the hard wiring in this body-mind complex, is what is going to manifest in the world. Those are the talents and skills that are yours for the taking. And yes, unless you try, you're never going to know. Can I sing beautifully? Let me try how to sing. Can I sew? Can I do some pottery? Can I be a realtor? There are thousands of options open to us. But the wisdom to understand what talent is natural to you and what is beyond your capacity, without allowing this to affect your mental state. That talent is the real art of living. To know which path to walk down, to know when to switch paths, and to never feel depressed or upset with anything that has happened before. We live our life based on what came before us. We think that our past decides our future. I heard Alan Watts give a very nice analogy. He says, it's like thinking, like a cat walks into a room. You first see the head of the cat, and then you see the tail. And you think that the head, because the head of the cat exists, the tail becomes, right? That the head is the cause of the tail. But you see, it's the whole cat. It's all of it. Your past, your future, your present, all together is timeless. And it all happens now. What are you going to do right now? How are you going to use your talent? Sometimes, you do things just for the sheer joy of doing it. For no reason, not because it gives you money or success or fame. But if you look at your society around you, you can probably get a handful of people who are doing things for the sheer joy of it. Everybody does it for what money can I get of it? How famous am I going to be? What is in it for me? And the me that they're thinking of, unfortunately, is this limited body and mind, which is not even there, which doesn't even exist. It is a dream. When things are done, when you tap into your nature and think of things to do, to help others, to help the world, those kind of ventures that are done without thinking about what is in it for me, but instead of what can I do for you, those ventures may not lead to success in a material world, but they will lead to abundance in your life. To use your talent, your special talent, to give peace to others, to give happiness to others, to help somebody learn how to fish, to teach somebody a skill, to give selflessly to the world. Those talents, they may not give you money, they may not give you success and fame, but show me your money and point to where your success is right now. Tell me how you can find anybody who constantly thinks of you. Today they're saying, oh, she made money. Where is this money? And what are you going to do with it when you die? What's going to happen to it after you go? What are you chasing? All of us, we need only this much food in a day to survive. This is what the ancient sages would go around, and the householder, the wife, would put a cup full of rice into the outstretched palms. This is all you require to live. All the rest has to do with your desires for the outside world, and desires always lead to pain. If you discover a talent that is natural to you, it will give you more joy than any money can offer you. If you do something that you're really good at, that you'll find that the joy you get from it is 100-fold. I find that when I write a piece, I write something for the weekend newsletter, or I'm writing a chapter for a book. Once that chapter, it was a thought in my head and it just comes out on paper, that feeling of, something that's just right for you, that's just what you do. Doesn't matter that, it is not published, or it is not, somebody hasn't read it, or I did not get any responses from it. You see, because those kind of successes, when you get into the world, it only leads to sadness. Why is someone else getting that success and I'm not getting it? If I am going to live my life, my talents are going to be about how many Facebook likes I get, or how many Twitter followers I get. Is that going to be a satisfaction that I can hold on to? See, wealth anybody can make. You can have any number of dollar amounts in a bank account, a fictitious. It's just a number somewhere someone has written in a book or online. Can you quantify? Can you quantify that joy that comes from doing what is wonderful and right for you? When you cook a lovely cake, when you make a new recipe and somebody enjoys that, it's not $1 million, it's not a lottery that's been won, nobody is running after you. But even if your grandchild or your child says, Mom, this is like awesome, you're such a great cook, it makes your day, because you've done something that is swadharma, that is natural to you. We come with a lot of talents which is hardwired in our DNA. So your parents, your grandparents, it's come from your cells, from your biology. Right? There's a lot of talents that come from your biology. And there's a lot of talents that you have developed along the way, and when that energy is downloaded into you, that comes too. It may not be something that your family does. So you'll find from a family of doctors, there will suddenly be one writer or a journalist or a painter or a musician. Someone who does something totally different. And you wonder where that talent comes from. This person's a genius. Because not everything, some of our talents come from our bodies. We have like physical bodily karma. And some of our talents comes from consciousness, from the absolute. When that absolute is downloaded into this body, you get neighboring talents. You get everything that's there, out there. The extent to which you allow yourself to remain in the source, to remain centered, to stop the desires, the thoughts, the intense need to succeed, the more you will tune in to what you really want, that which keeps you completely centered and happy. In silence, you tune into your talents. You understand what is right, what is good. And that's why we meditate. We don't meditate because, it's going to give us tons and tons of money or fame or anything. It just silences the outer world a little bit. And in those gaps between your thoughts, when you slip into that, ideas emerge. Creativity rises. Everything comes when prana gets reversed during meditation. New thoughts come. And what are thoughts? Thoughts don't have to be things that you've actually heard. Thought is passing energy. We are so preoccupied with things going on in our heads, we don't even pay attention. We won't catch these thoughts. If already there is this highway going on, it's only when the highway stops for a bit that a passing thought comes. Say, why don't you start making this new line? It'll be good for production, it'll be good for business. And then you pursue that and it comes to something. Or it doesn't. Or it doesn't. And in spite of all the talents, everything, this entire existence is all about consciousness understanding itself through you. And if you are privileged and if you are lucky, this will be your lifetime when you just learn how to be. To do nothing, but just be. Just be. And that is the gift, that is the grace, and that is the hope. That in this life, I get it. And then whatever you do, it's abundance all the way.